Here we could see here primaries. People are probably paid well right now.
Thank you for calling Open Primaries. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.
Well, yes, this message is for John Opdyke of Open Primaries. I actually saw that you guys were scheduled to speak at something called United Independence, and the thing is that I'm a former New York State People's Party coordinator of the People's Party, and people that are involved with organizing this event, such as Trent Poole, is also affiliated with these problematic people. If you look up Trent Poole, you could see that he actually punched a woman in the face while here in New York City. And also, Nick Bonnet has been involved with the theft and installing, and also sexual abuse. You could look that up. And unfortunately, after in order to cover up his sexual abuse, they actually inserted a 2 times convicted pedophile named Scott Ritter into the anti-war movement, third-party movement. It's extremely disturbing, and I've also had New York City's only third-party independent candidate debates. And at this year's, I actually had Josh Haley of the Green Party Alaska talk about how the Green Party is also involved with the United Independence, and there's also kind of like this corrupt, Epstein-esque kind of messed up stuff going on. My name's DJL7. I will be calling back. I'll be also sending an email about what's going on here. I've also live streamed my call here today because I'm used to not getting any type of response whatsoever. And I know they're probably going to pay you guys to keep you guys quiet. They've been paying off Larry Sharp and a lot of other high-profile third-party independent people just like yourselves. And it's quite disgusting. Sarah Whitman, she also voted for the party. We're going to look that up. Yeah, Justin McGill, they're all going to get a call. So I'm going to document all of this. And, this is how our, unfortunately, how our democracy is bought off. Yeah. Let's see. All right, thanks again. This is quite urgent, so please give me a call. Phone number is 247-709-3001. I'm also sending an email. God bless. Have a great day.
Hi, you've reached Attorney Justin McGill. I'm not able to take your call right now, but if you'd leave your name, number, and a brief message, I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.
Please record your message after the beep. When finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
This is Justin McGill. Leave me a message and I'll get back to you. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Justin McGill, how's it going? My name's Ed Lee. I'm actually the former New York State People's Party coordinator. And during that time, I actually found that these people, I believe, are scheduled to speak with the something called the United Independents. People running this event, you could take a look at the past, look up a name called Trent Poole. All right, he punched a woman in the face while he was in New York. You could look up another guy named Nick Brana. He stole money while he was in the People's Party, and he also sexually abused staff members. And what happens is that with all the stolen money that they collected, they're actually, and with the celebrity endorsements that they had, they actually are getting together with hiring people like yourself to go and speak at this event to give them more credibility. I'm sorry to say that I also have New York City's only third-party independent candidate debates, and I actually brought Josh Haley from the Green Party Alaska to talk about the abuses that are going on. And also, I also have, for several years now, I've had U.S. presidential candidate debates. And this year we had the former Libertarian Chair Blake Huber, as well as the presidential candidate for the Reform Party, that came to speak about, that I asked for a public meeting between myself, Josh Haley, and Jill Stein because of the corruption that's involved with the people that are involved with this United Independence Party, United Independence event. It's extremely disturbing, and I really hope that you can give me a call. The gatekeepers know that the third party independent movement is quite popular, and they're trying to, reach in. So really appreciate this. This is quite important. Yeah, I have a lot of receipts to show the troubling thing that these people are up to. God bless. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, California is where all the problems are for the Queen, for a lot of this stuff. Hello?
Hello,
Hello, yes, I'm trying to reach Laura Wells.
this is she.
Awesome. Nice to speak with you. Hi, my name's Ed Lee. I'm the former coordinator of the People's Party of New York State, and I saw that you were recently scheduled to speak at something called the United Independence event.
Yes.
Okay. Just so you know, when I was you could look up the people that are associated with the United Independence event. There's a guy named Trent Poole, right? Christopher Life, and also a guy named Nick Brana, who made repeated, appearances in they're organizing the event. And just so you know, Trent Poole, he actually punched a woman in the face when he was in New York City after multiple
Who
warnings.
did?
Trent
Who
Poole?
did?
Trent Poole?
Trent Poole.
Yeah. You could look him up right now. You could Google it right now or type in Trent Poole punch, and then you will see that Trent Poole punched a woman in the face in New York City. Nick Brana of the People's Party was also involved in sexual assault charges, and also he was involved with stealing money from the People's Party, which vanished without any real. 14 states called out the corruption that was going on,
How
but
did what does Trent Poole have to do with the panel, the upcoming panel? I missed that.
He's one of the co-organizers for something called the United Independent. So he's the United Independents. What happens is that they hire a lot of high-ranking celebrities and also party leadership. But the thing is
And
that
who is? I'm sorry, because I'm not that familiar with that organization. Which of the panelists is the United?
they're the organizers. The United
Yeah,
Independents are the organizers. The
like
panelists don't know. Yeah.
Stu is part of that.
If you look up United Independents, they've had several events, including in Denver. They've had an event in Austin, and you can see that.
Okay, so United Independents.
Yes.
One of the panelists is, besides Stu, is one of the panelists involved with that organization. I don't have the list in front of me, and I don't remember, like Chris
Christopher Life is the main organizer, but underneath
He's
him,
the main organizer of the United Independence.
correct.
And Trent was with the United Independence, and he, along with Nick Brana,
Correct.
were involved in some kind of an assault.
Yeah, there was a lot of theft and corruption, and actually, in the anti-war movement, where most people cannot name an actual war victim, they've inserted Scott Ritter, a two-time convicted pedophile, into the movement. It's very troubling what's going on there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I also have, New York City's only third-party independent debates. I also have, debates with multiple U.S. presidential candidates, including former Libertarian Chair Blake Huber, the presidential candidate for the Reform Party, during the last election cycle in 24. And they were all made aware of this, and I documented how they were all made aware of this, and they asked for a meeting between myself, Josh Haley of Green Party Alaska, and also Jill Stein about what's going on here, about how these celebrities and these affluent people are actually injecting people into the movement, controlling access.
Okay. What did Jill Stein say about?
She just hasn't replied. She's been working with these same people. She actually, if you take a look at Accelerate 2020, Open Secrets, you could see that Accelerate 20 worked for Brock Pierce and Tulsi Gabbard at the first time in 2020. Then they went on to work for Jill Stein and Marianne Williamson and some Republican candidates as well, too.
In 2020?
Yeah, I can send you an email with all the links. On Open Secrets, you can take a look at something called Accelerate 2020. They've been involved with a lot of crooked strange ties between people at the top.
Jill Stein did not run for president in 2020.
But somehow she gave them a lot of money. In 2024, she gave them. You can see on their in the paperwork. Yeah, in 2020, that's when they worked for Brock Pierce and Tulsi. In 2024, they went to work for Williamson, Nikki Haley, as well as Jill Stein and Mary and RFK as well.
Okay.
Oh, just so you know, RFK's campaign also funneled a lot of money to United Independence and bought tickets. So there's kind of like a money laundering operation going on.
Okay. And so you're saying that did Jill Stein know about this, or she was a victim or a perpetrator of this?
She's been told multiple times, but she just refuses to acknowledge it. So the thing is that it's been going on for a long time. I actually have face-to-face meeting with her when she came to New York City to something called the Free and Equal Debates. I have been getting candidates all over the country together for debates and things like that, especially third-party independents. Once again, I have New York City's only third-party independent debates, so I actually saw Jill Stein live at the debate, and I talked to her there, but she did not return any calls. And she's been repeatedly, once again, she's been also part of, if you look up Jill Stein and Scott Ritter, you can see they have some work together. I'm not saying that Scott Ritter may be being used, but the thing is that they're purposely putting Scott Ritter into the movement to normalize the sexual abuse that's going on by other higher-ups in the game that are associated with United Independence event. You're going to see that they're also do a lot of stuff with Russell Brand. They do a lot of stuff with they're real suspects, the way their whole behavior.
Okay,
I can send you the receipts.
Yeah, go ahead and email it to me.
Sure, what's the email?
Pardon me?
What's the email address?
Yeah, so...
lols@cagreens.org?
That'll do it. Yeah, that'll come to me.
All right, I will be sending this information shortly.
Okay. You can also make a comment on my website, which is laurawells.org.
I really appreciate it, ma'am. I've been working on this for a long time. It's been brutal the way that they've used the celebrities and the influencers to try to really cover this all up. But I'll be sending.
Yeah,
it's brutal.
I'm sure a lot of stuff is happening behind the scenes. I know a small part of it, but and where are you based, Ed?
I'm in New York City.
And did you say it was Ed Lee?
Yes, ma'am. That's me.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So
There'll be information incoming. Thank you so much, ma'am. I really appreciate this. It's quite urgent. This has been going on a long time, and these same people are actually controlling the anti-war movement and making sure that no war victims actually get a voice in the anti-war movement. Very few people can name a war victim, which is absurd, right?
yeah. Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much. God bless.
Bye-bye.